public alphabet system.
继反腐蓝皮书被批评为不具备真实性和权威性之后，中国社会科学院再次公布公共服务蓝皮书2012。这次的报告提出，中国民众有40%深夜不敢外出，但是市民安全感排名西藏拉萨位居首位。观众朋友，你相信吗？
And this one is public safety is sort of cost is a video I can't find out. Just only Chinese. So I just pick it up and.
中国社会科学院等单位调查并公布的公共服务蓝皮书2012披露，中国38个城市的市民有39%。
Okay, one message. 39 cities, you cannot go outside at night. 39 cities in China, you cannot go outside at night. It's unrest, not safe. Okay, this is not Uyghur. This is not Tibet. Not talking about Shanghai, not talking about Beijing, the local city. It's must be you don't go outside at night. Okay? It's Chinese, so I don't show you more. This is just only one information for you, and then moving to the urbanization success. And this is rural is red, urban is blue, and urban population is supersede rural people now. Okay. Also, right side is rural people coming to the city dweller. How much cost for each person? 80,000 RMB per person. It's very much. They cost much because urban people is take care of healthcare, education, everything compared with rural area. That's the reason. Rural area coming to the city cost much. And if they're going to they like currently 260 million workers is cost about 20 trillion RMB. They cannot take care of it. So that's the reason why temporary workers in Shanghai, temporary workers in Beijing, they cannot get any insurance, they cannot any doctor care, health care, so forth, because the government cannot pay money for so much money, right? And gradually they're going to change the system. The issue is who's going to pay money, okay? And then before we discuss, this one is show China is just only one single country, underdeveloped and developed country. This is 10 or 20 countries get together in one country, right? And you go show the whole income is different by different. I don't explain in detail, but a lot of big gaps are each other. And this one is not China, but I think maybe you forget what is the middle income growth. You should study here. It's exactly the same as China, what's currently happening. You can have a look.
Let's talk about the so-called middle income trap.
This is for you, okay, for study. And this here is going to show the slide, but this is exactly the future China.
The so-called middle income trap refers to the fact that a lot of countries reach a particular standard of living, broadly called middle income, but then they don't break through to being fully developed, fully wealthy countries. If you look at this graph here, you can see that Japan has broken through, and you can see that South Korea has broken through, Singapore and Taiwan. But most developing nations, they reach the certain level, it's the group banded in here, and then they more or less stick there. They grow slowly, and they do not, as I said, fully develop.
Just a moment.
There's a paper by Barry Eichengreen and two co-authors. It runs some specific numbers. And what they find is that by the time countries get to the general range of $17,000 a year income per capita, that their growth rate on average is falling from 5.6% to 2.1%, which is a pretty steep tumble.
You can see this is not talking about China, but China is 6.6% GDP, but middle income trap country is down to 2.1%. And China is not single company. I told you, developing and developed country. So I can tell that all in one, they're going down the GDP growth rate to going down to 2 points. But some of those, will happen because China they don't have technology. These sort of things happen in some area, some part of the city, some part of provinces. Okay.
They also find this is especially likely for societies as they get older and countries which had driven their earlier growth with an artificially low real exchange rate. I don't think we have a good scientific understanding of
exactly the same thing he is talking about. Okay, and he is talking as middle income trap, wages rise, labor migration lands dry, demographic slow, cannot keep on moving up value chain, growth depending increasing on what's it? Innovation. Exactly what the China is happening, right? But he is not talking about China. He is not talking about China. Okay. Interesting, is it?
middle income trap, but there are a number of plausible hypotheses for what exactly goes wrong. One possibility is simply as the country becomes wealthier, its wages go up and it can no longer compete as simply being a place with a lot of cheap labor. There's also the possibility that labor migration runs dry, so a lot of countries generate a lot of economic growth just by sending people from the quite unproductive countryside to relatively productive cities. It's simply a transfer of human resources, but this transfer cannot go on forever. It's harder to take people in cities and make them much more productive than it is to simply ship people from the countryside to the city.